What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Never mind my hair, I'm growing it out. But anyway, man, y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. So, Nancy Lieberman, women's basketball legend, has went on the Stephen A. Smith podcast and revealed that her and Sheryl Swoopes are no longer friends due to her support of Caitlin Clark. Now, Nancy Lieberman basically said, because it was like a while ago, I believe Sheryl Swoopes was on Gil's Arena, and she was invalidating Caitlin Clark's statistics, her stats in college, by saying that Caitlin only broke those records because she's in her 5th or 6th year, right? Because, you know, a lot of players got that extra year of eligibility due to the COVID year that happened, right? The problem was Caitlin Clark was only in her 4th year when she was achieving a lot of these feats. She was only in her 4th year, and Sheryl thought she was in her 5th or 6th year, so she was invalidating her stats. So Nancy Lieberman then took it upon herself to hit up her friend, to call up her friend Sheryl Swoopes, and explain, listen, Sheryl, you got that wrong. Definitely you got your right to your own opinion, but I do believe, you got to get some things right, and I think some people are upset with you because of you having some things wrong, about, I guess, your notions about Caitlin Clark and her having an extra year to play and all of that. She said that when she called Sheryl Swoopes about this, because her and Sheryl are friends, Sheryl was mad at her. She was, basically she was ticked off at her. She was snapping at her and all of that, right? So then she said she saw, Nancy Lieberman said she saw Sheryl Swoopes at the Final Four, the women's college basketball Final Four, and Sheryl Swoopes did not want to speak to her, did not want to engage with her or have a conversation at all. And a lot of people are like, yo, what's going on with Sheryl Swoopes and her, her perceived hate towards Caitlin Clark? And I'm going to tell y'all what it is, man. Real talk, it's all due to the fact that Sheryl Swoopes is upset that, predecessors of the game, like herself, Lisa Leslie, Donna Taurasi, even Candace Parker, they weren't heralded as much as Caitlin Clark has been, right? Caitlin Clark has been deemed the savior of the WNBA. And I think a legendary player like Sheryl Swoopes, she gets upset. I think she's getting upset that one girl is looked at as the savior of the sport and she's a rookie. And she feels a way about it, right? Now, do I believe that Sheryl Swoopes is right for her stance? No, I don't. I don't agree with, the approach that she's taken. I don't agree with how she's seeming like she's throwing salt on Caitlin. I don't agree with that, right? But I do believe what it boils down to is people, I guess, not recognizing the greatness of other players, or is not being publicly, I think, I'm going to say this. I think other leagues, well, I can't even say that. I don't know, because I haven't been watching WNBA like that before this year. I mean, I'm not watching it a whole lot, but I'm paying more attention than I usually do, right? And I think that's what it boils down to, right? Caitlin Clark's style of play it's magnetic for fans. She got a playing style where she's shooting from deep. And after the emergence of Steph Curry, a lot of people became enamored with that style. Caitlin Clark, we never saw that style be displayed at a high level from a women's player like this, especially a young women's player that was in college, going up against the likes of LSU and Angel Reese, etc. And also it helps that not Angel Reese, godly, Caitlin Clark is playing in the social media era, so her efforts have also been magnified due to the fact that you got social media. You don't have to watch a game. You can see highlights of her on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram, and you can keep up with her play. When Sheryl Swoopes was playing down in Taurasi, they didn't have Lisa Leslie, when they were at their height. You didn't have social media to kind of like follow them and to detail everything that they were doing in this way. And so, yeah, I believe Sheryl is heated with, she's very prideful too. So even after she was found out that what she said was incorrect, she's not going to come down on she's not going to walk it back at all. It's people who, when they're wrong, either they're going to apologize or they're going to double down. Like Sheryl Swoopes is going to double down when she's wrong because she don't want to be looked at like I guess she don't want to walk back her stance, you know. But Sheryl Swoopes got to recognize that Caitlin Clark's success doesn't diminish what she accomplished in the league. You know what I mean? But I do believe she doesn't like the fact that other players before that laid the foundation for the WNBA have not ever been given this amount of flowers and this amount of notoriety and love in this type of fashion. But again, I think it also has to do with the fact that the game is now evolving. The women's college game is evolving. When Sheryl Swoopes was playing, Lisa Leslie was the first woman to dunk in the WNBA. Now you got some girls out here that can dunk. Girls having a different type of playing style that you've never seen before. Caitlin Clark pulling up from deep. She's setting records, with assist numbers and all of that. And also her rivalry with Angel Reese has helped to kind of like build up her profile. And again, how she's an excellent player. You know what I mean? And I think Sheryl got to put down her pride and embrace the next generation of players, the younger generation. And she does for the most part, but I think because Caitlin has been deemed as the savior of the WNBA, she got a problem with that when she felt like, it's been other great players that I played for a long time. Sheryl is a 4-time WNBA champion. She won 4 straight WNBA championships with the Houston Comets. She's a 3-time WNBA MVP, 6-time WNBA All-Star, a Naismith College Player of the Year. She's an NCAA champion with Texas Tech, NCAA Tournament Most Outstanding Player, and a 3-time Olympic gold medalist. But a lot of people do not know that about her. However, everybody knows the accolades and the statistics of a Caitlin Clark, and I think she feels sour and bitter about that. You know what I mean? Considering that the league, the WNBA, for years, even though it was always not getting it wasn't heralded, and the people, a lot of the players weren't lauded like she probably feel like they should have been. They weren't. They didn't receive the hoopla that she feel like they should have been. The league was built on the backs of the women that I talked about and I discussed, Tina Thompson, all these other players. And I think she's taking offense to Caitlin Clark now being the savior. And it's a rookie. And Caitlin getting a lot of, not just press, but money and sponsorships and deals that they could not get. And I feel like she's upset about what the predecessors did not get. But again, you got to understand the game is evolving and moving forward. But I saw this type of thing with LeBron James too. When Bron came in and he got the $90 million Nike deal and he was on the commercials, he was deemed the golden child. A lot of people in the league felt the way about him. They didn't like him getting a lot of the praise and accolades before he played. Bron just had to keep hooping and showing what time it was, and they caved into it. Some of them did, most of them, right? And I think Caitlin Clark, she's showing her worth and how well she can hoop. But Sheryl got to put that pride aside.